it down.
What up, players? It's the morning after with Nick and Big J. Welcome to Friday, Big J. 10th day of October 2025, 10-10, Big J.
Whoa.
Now, you're no numerologist. I'm not sure you believe in numbers signifying anything else other than what they represent. But does 10-10 mean anything to you?
No.
Okay. Just double checking. Like it
I
could
didn't
be.
realize you were so into numerology.
Well, I'm not, but I like when things kind of go together. Like I like things like the 2nd of February. And I like things like the 22nd of February. Remember when it was 2/2/22, Big J?
Yes.
Can you think back that far?
No.
And soon, before you know it, it'll be 3/3/33. And then what do you do?
Nothing. I don't do anything.
Nothing?
No, it means literally nothing.
It's hard to say how you are going to feel 8 years from now. The Big J 8 years from now
I feel a lot.
could really tie into that.
I hope 8 years from now I'm still alive. And right here with you.
Is that what you hope?
On another Friday.
Yeah. I mean, Big J at 57, still doing this? Getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning? That sounds
I don't got anything else to do.
It sounds like
I don't know what else to do.
Either you're doing an officer and a gentleman or you're forgetting that Battlefield 6 comes out today. One of the two.
I have not forgotten. I'm
Okay.
just trying to get through this. But you're trying to get through this morning show.
See, 2 seconds ago, you couldn't wait to be here for the next 8 years.
Yes,
now you
yes.
want this to be over. It's just today. Do you think you'll beat the campaign by the time we see each other again, Big J?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have a holiday.
Sure.
So,
But I don't know how
extra
long
time.
it's going to take. Some games take longer than 3 days to beat.
it's
I
not
guess
gonna, no, it won't take me that long.
depends how much you play it.
I can't. Well, here's the difference in modern day AAA shooter campaigns are no more than like 10 hours.
Yeah, they
It's
just
not
want you
like-
to get to the multiplayer
Yes.
side of things.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes them the money. Well, I hope you enjoy your Battlefield-filled weekend. Probably
Thanks,
doesn't
man.
bode well for your grade. But the good news is we skip a week, so you don't have to worry about it.
Oh, it's awesome. I was going to do so much work this weekend, too. I don't have to do it now.
You don't have to.
Oh!
I mean, I guess you could if you want to make your wife happy.
Listen, she doesn't talk about all the other things I do during the week. Like the whole week doesn't matter all of a sudden when it comes to Monday morning and we do the grade.
It's not called Big J's
doesn't
week
matter.
grade.
I know it doesn't matter how many times I bring her something to eat while she's working. Can you imagine being here at work, Nick, and having somebody bring you whatever you needed at any moment?
Whatever I needed at
Yeah,
any moment.
you're like you're thirsty, you want water, and so you hey, can I get a water?
So I request it though.
Yeah,
Okay.
and imagine. And I told her this the other night. I'm like, can you imagine if I had somebody at work to do my every whim? And she goes, yeah, it's called an assistant. And I'm like, I don't have one of those.
You did for a while, and you abused the
I
privilege.
did not.
Today on the show, we have lots of guests. First of all, Dr. Brady Smith is going to join us. He is at the Comedy Lounge tonight. We're going to get him on the horn in the 8 o'clock hour. It is Be Our Guest Friday. We're going to talk to Metztli Sports Bar coming up in the 9 o'clock hour. Get you motivated to hit up xrock.com and be our guest to some great things. We've got concert tickets to give away, and we're going to play music like lit. Kicking things off here on the morning after on the X Rocks.
On the morning after with Nick and Big J.
Did you see the big announcement yesterday, Big J?
Oh boy. No, I guess I didn't.
You didn't hear that the world-famous banana ball is coming to Boise?
Oh, that one. Yeah. No, I did not.
I'm serious. This is a really big deal.
Yeah, big deal for who? Bananas?
No, I mean sports fans, I guess, which doesn't include you. But if you haven't been aware, Banana Ball has been taking over lots of baseball-themed telecasts. They have their own contract with TBS. They have been getting better ratings than some baseball games. They have been selling out places like Yankee Stadium and Fenway Park and other places that they have been playing that have trouble filling baseball games on a regular basis. And yesterday on ESPN2, they had what was called the Banana Ball City Selection Show. And they announced that the Texas Tailgaters will face off against the Party Animals as the league is expanding and adding 2 different teams and kind of adding a tournament in and some playoff calculations for next year as well. They're going to play July 31st and August 1st at Albertson Stadium. And so they're taking over the blue. Yes. Yeah. See, it's a big deal all of a sudden. And by the way, they expect this to be so popular, Big J, that they've already started a ticket lottery. They expect both games to sell out pretty quickly. The list is going to open at 6:30 a.m. Basically tomorrow, and will stay open until October 31st, but you're not guaranteed a spot. You have to win a lottery in order to grab some tickets to this. If you're not aware of it, Banana Ball is a fast and fun variation of baseball. Only 11 rules and 2.5-hour time limit. During the game, players perform choreographed dances. They do backflips as they're catching ball. It's just a much more interactive, much more high-paced, much more fun version of baseball, and it has become incredibly popular. So we're going to get the Texas Tailgaters and the Party Animals coming into Boise and play on the Blue the summer of next year. And they're going to turn the Blue into a damn baseball stadium, Big J, and they expect it to be very popular.
They paint the field yellow?
No, they don't do that. They play a regular field. And so they're just going to have some fun. But I imagine the stadium,
I wonder how they arrange that baseball style inside Albertson Stadium. I don't think they've ever done that.
No, I can't imagine they would ever. But, I mean, there's plenty of football stadiums that have also doubled as baseball stadiums.
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course, I know they do that. It's never been done in Boise State.
I imagine they will use some of those kind of things. And, there'll probably be some, I don't know if I'd call it field seating, but there'd probably be some ability for you because obviously a baseball field is not nearly as big as a football field.
Yeah.
And so it'll be interesting to see how they do it, but it's happening, and it's coming to the Blue. So get ready, and get ready to pick up those tickets if you want to go check out some Banana Ball action coming here to Boise, Idaho. Big J, Jason Tatum, you know who he is, correct?
Yeah.
Probably missed most of the season. If you remember, he tore his Achilles last May during the playoff run for the Boston Celtics. So he has found himself another job to do while he's rehabbing. Duke has named Tatum its first ever chief basketball officer. In that role, the school says Tatum will bring championship-level insight and professional basketball experience to player development, leadership, and life as an elite athlete. Tatum joins Steph Curry and Trae Young as current NBA stars that are taking on titles for their college basketball programs. Of course, although I would argue that Duke is probably the most successful college basketball program that has enlisted the help of a professional basketball player in order to help recruit players to their team is really what this boils down to. You want to play at the next level. You want to know what it's like to learn from one of the NBA champions that we have put out into the league. Come to Duke. Same thing that Steph Curry's doing with his school as well. I'm not sure they're putting in a lot of time at the office, if you know what I'm saying. But
sure, they have assistants.
It certainly helps their college get some hopefully elite level players and move on to the next level. Although I'm not sure, again, Duke needs a whole lot of help with that. Big J, surprising absolutely nobody. Warner Brothers has officially gave the A-OK and go stamp to a sequel to a Minecraft movie. Looks like July 23rd, 2027 will be when that movie hits theaters. They expect Jared Hess to return for the follow-up. He directed the first one, of course, the director of Napoleon Dynamite as well, if you're familiar with his game. The studio announced Thursday that the plot details, quote, remain deep in the mind for now. That's basically cute studio talk of saying we don't have a script yet. But the first Minecraft movie became a box office phenomenon, opening with $162 million domestically and $312 million globally in April. It ultimately made $957 million worldwide, just short of $1 billion, Big J.
Yep.
That is, so far, 2025's second highest grossing Hollywood film. Big J, do you have any idea what the highest grossing film of this year is worldwide?
Yeah, it's a Chinese movie.
If
I'm not mistaken. Are you sure?
Yes. Yeah. The number one movie in the world is Lilo and Stitch. The live-action revival made $1.03 billion. And that puts it at the top of the list worldwide. The original, of course, Minecraft movie starred Jack Black and Jason Momoa in a story about misfits that were transported into the Minecraft world and somehow made their way back. Big J.
that's not accurate. It's Niza 2.
How much did that make?
$1.9 billion.
And this is the terrible information.
According to Box Office Mojo.
Box Office Mojo.
It's a Chinese movie.
I believe Box Office Mojo before I believe this. And shame on them for not knowing that. And shame on me. Morning After.
It's not every day I get to correct it.
Good job. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your first round of important stuff. It is the X Rocks. That is Pearl Jam. That is Better Man here on the morning after with Nick and Big J. Big J, science is amazing. There is no doubt about it. And a pretty impressive discovery happened not too long ago over in Fairbanks, Alaska. So far, far, far up north, right?
Mm-hmm.
A group of scientists have, quote unquote, woken up some very ancient microbes that have been trapped in ice for an estimated 40,000 years.
Leave them there. We don't need them.
The team of geologists and biologists from the University of Colorado made the discovery in the U.S. Army Corps Engineers permafrost tunnel in Alaska. The report says that they plan on thawing out some of this permafrost, and then the microbes will become active again. After a few months of being thawed out, kind of like waking up from a long nap, they will begin to flourish and form new colonies. Scientists also added that permafrost, which is like a frozen mix of soil, ice, and rocks, Big J, is at risk of thawing out as the cold regions over in places like Alaska continue to warm. So this is going to happen eventually anyway. Now they can do it in the study in their own kind of thing. But this does remind me, Big J, of John Carpenter's The Thing.
Yes. Yeah.
Where they're
frozen
on an expedition. They unfreeze something that probably shouldn't be unfrozen. And next thing you know, it starts taking over things, duplicating people. It doesn't work out well for the scientists, if I remember correctly, Big J.
No, but this would probably go down in a different way. Like, we can't survive the common cold at this point. So what we don't need is an ancient disease murdering us all.
Yeah. 40,000 years is a long time, Big J. And so I don't know what kind of microbes they can do and what they can and can't do. It just doesn't sound like it's something that we need. Nice to discover things, but anytime you have to unthaw something after thousands of years, at least in the world of popular culture, rarely does that work out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that fuels the nightmares of people deciding to create horror movies from.
It's almost 100% of the time a terrible, awful decision that happens in scenarios like this. Again, not in the real world. It's maybe happened, I don't know, it could have happened dozens of times before for all I know. I'm just talking about in the movies I see. When they unfreeze something that's been frozen for a long time, it usually means bad things, save Captain America, Big J.
Right.
He was frozen for a while. He got unfrozen. He's cool as hell. But everything else doesn't work out in our favor, usually.
Wait, what about Encino Man?
I guess. I mean,
Link, man.
Yeah. Although we don't know what he's been up to lately. I mean, since the 90s, things have gone real sour. Last time I saw Link, he was in The Whale, and that didn't work out great.
It sounds to me like you're begging for a sequel to Encino Man 30 years after.
No, believe me.
You love those kind of movies.
I'm cool. I do not need to see a 60-year-old Pauly Shore wheeze the juice again.
Brendan Fraser. Who is the other kid?
Sean Astin, man.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, but I do not need to see another version of Encino Man. I'm good.
No, First one wasn't even that good. I want it. What are you talking about? It was great.
It was serviceable.
You go to hell.
When's the last time you watched it?
It's been a few years, but it wouldn't matter. It would just bring back childhood memories or adolescent memories, I guess.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. Coming up in a few minutes, Big J's got his song of the week. That's next on the X Rocks. 9 Inch Nails, That Is Alive As You Need Me to Be from the Tron Ares soundtrack here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Every single Friday, we get a song from Big J that's supposed to get you ready for the weekend. First, we find out the what, then we find out the why. Big J, what are you picking this week?
Yeah, the song is called End of You. It's from Poppy, and it's got Amy Lee in it from Evanescence and Courtney LaPlante from Spirit Box.
All right, check it out. Here's Big J's song of the week on the X Rocks.
I tore you in silence.
There you go. There's Big J's song of the week, End of You, here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Big J, what you picking that song for?
Yeah, hey, this radio station and us, Nick, we have championed from the very beginning female-fronted bands. And oftentimes, to the chagrin of other radio stations for some reason, who were like, we can't play more than one lady-fronted band.
I've worked for stations like that.
And it's bizarre and weird, but we love it. And we're at a great place now where we have so many wonderful female-fronted bands, and when they come together and do these collaborations, they are awesome. So Poppy, Amy Lee, and Courtney LaPlante from Spirit Box. It's a great combination, and it's wonderful to see, and I hope we continue to see this happen. It's great because it's more than just Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm with somebody, or it's now there's a whole bunch of them, and there's more coming, and I think that's fantastic because it gives all girls of all kinds of ages dreams of being able to do something as cool as that. So when they combine and do something awesome like that, I think it's great to bring attention to that, and it's your current cage match champion.
And it doesn't suck that the song is amazing either, by the way, for the record. So there's all of that stuff that factors into things like that. So happy that those three monsters of rock, if you will, got together and put together a pretty damn good song. So,
hell yeah.
And you guys like it too, so we like that as well. Congratulations to Poppy and Amy Lee and Courtney LaPlante.
I'm Poppy.
I forgot about your Poppy impression. Morning After with Nick and Big J coming up in a few minutes. Some important stuff. Let us not forget, we're also going to go to hell. That's coming up on the X Rocks.
What's going on in the news today?
The Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff is brought to you by McCleary's Pub. Big J, are you ready for some football?
McCleary's. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Ready for Monday Night Football. Doubleheader,
You are the one that is hosting Monday Night Football this Monday at McCleary's Pub on State Street in Garden City, 9155 West State Street if you want to join Big J. Going to be out there for the early game, 5 p.m. kickoff, so make sure you're out there early, especially if you want to grab some stuff from the X-Rock stock. We'll be giving away concert tickets and more cool prizes, and then great drink specials and wonderful, great giveaways fueled by Shock Top 10 Barrel Pub Beer as well. And, of course, the X. So swing on by, enjoy a couple of games. The early one is Buffalo-Atlanta, which is a good matchup. And then you got Chicago and Washington in the late game, which is another good matchup.
Is it?
I think so. I mean, I like watching Buffalo play, and Atlanta depends on what team is going to show up so far. But Bijan Robinson sure is fun to watch, I'll tell you that.
Dude, normally I'm concerned about my fantasy team, but now I'm more concerned with our pick'em. And you can play along if you go to xrock.com or on the app, and the You Pick'em, which is also brought to you by McCleary's. It's like I somehow the first week almost nailed a perfect thing, and I'm up in the top now. And now all I care about is making these picks, and it's getting harder because teams you think you're supposed to be good, like the Eagles, suck.
Yeah, they didn't do us any favors.
And lose to the crappy Giants.
I couldn't believe that either. I also picked the Eagles, but I am much further down. I think I'm ranked 19th out of 60. So
I'll catch up to you. Don't worry.
I'm the worst on the staff currently with my picks. Although I did miss a full week because I forgot to hit the save button. Hit the save button when you click that pick.
That's probably the biggest reason why there.
No,
but Liv's kicking your butt.
Yeah, no, she's great. She was as a matter of fact, she was rubbing my nose in it at X Fest, which was humbling to say the least.
Yeah, she picks by mascots.
I know, Big J. We got ourselves an interesting situation. Being a parent is exhausting. Agree or disagree?
Oh, yeah. It doesn't matter what age they are either.
Yeah, it turns out
exhausting.
The reason why it's exhausting, these kids are kicking our ass up and down the damn house. You understand?
What?
They did research involving about 12,000 parents here in the United States of America with kids that live at home age 4 to 17. And they said, listen, on average, I'm probably getting into, let's say, 10 quote-unquote arguments with my kids about whether they pick up something, what time they need to get up, you got to eat your breakfast, you got to make sure you clean the bathroom as part of your chore, whatever. Pick whatever battle you want. On average, there's 10 sort of things that you're getting in your kid's face about and thinking that they need to step up. Turns out, Big J, kids are winning most of those fights.
I'll tell you what,
all said and done.
It's one battle after another.
That's right.
With kids.
You heard it here first. It includes bedtime disputes, messy room arguments, getting sleepy kids out of bed, whatever the case may be. But it turns out about 60% of the time, we end up giving up as parents before the kids do. And so they end up winning those battles, and that's why it's so exhausting. It's like, man, every time I turn around, I'm complaining to my kid about something. And worst of all, those kids are winning.
Yeah, youth's on their side. Youth and time.
It also emerged that 36% of mom and dads believe that morning is the hardest time of the day to be a parent. That's when most of the issues kind of come to light. Getting the kid ready for school, getting them, making sure they have everything that they need, they got their homework, whatever the case may be. It's a lot of energy put into being a parent, especially if you're one that wants to pay attention to your kid, and it's tough sometimes. So don't think that you're by yourself. You're not.
You know what's not in this article or whatever is how you feel as an adult, then the guilt. Like, I feel bad about being such a pain in the ass to my mom, who is essentially all by herself trying to get me ready to go to school. I was a real jerk. I didn't want to go. It was a battle all the time. I would fake sick all the time. I was a real weasel.
Yeah, listen.
And there are times I feel so bad about what I put my mom through. It's just, man.
That's because you have feelings and you're an empath.
Yeah.
If you don't,
so far my kids haven't. They have never said that to me.
As an adult, they're not that age yet. I think once you hit 30 or right around there.
Or when you start seeing like the lights dim in your parents a little bit. Like, I feel bad.
Also, sometimes it's about having kids of your own as well. Sometimes that opens up your eyes a little bit and go, God, I was a piece of trash to my parents.
Trash!
And you have these eye-opening experiences as you hit adulthood and certain points in your life where you go, I was a real piece of trash, and I need to make amends for that. And I think everybody, did you ever have a chance to have a conversation with your mom about that and go, listen, I realize what a jerk I was as a teenager or as a young adult, whatever.
I did, but I don't know if it registered.
Yeah. It's honestly one of my favorite conversations I had with my parents is like a coming clean stuff of like, listen, I know I was a piece of garbage. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be better. Also, here's a list of things that I did that you had no idea that I did when I was a kid. And we all could laugh about it because what can you do? You know what I mean?
Suckers.
It's all over. But it was it felt like a release of so much tension. And my relationship is 100 times better with my parents because of conversations like that. So if you haven't and you have the opportunity, I encourage you to do so as an adult. It is a lot of fun if everybody's on the same page. It depends on people's personalities, of course. But there you go. Big J, it is homecoming weekend on the Blue. Are you geeked? Are you excited?
Let's go!
Your 3-2 Boise State Broncos take on New Mexico, also 3-2. Kickoff is tomorrow night on the Blue, a night game on FS1. 7:45 kickoff. Going to be pretty neat, decent out there. High of about 60, low of 48. Should be breezy. There might be some showers tomorrow night. Kind of depends, but not too bad. Big J, final score prediction for homecoming.
Final score prediction for homecoming. I'm gonna go 58-24 Broncos.
All right. You think they're throwing up almost a 60 burger, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. You think they're taking it personally that they only put up 7 last week?
I think there's a drastic difference in talent between Notre Dame and the Mountain West Conference. And I think that the talent level at Boise State is really good on the initial first teams, but the depth is where they have problems playing these higher ranked teams with a little bit more juice. So I feel like they're going to dominate in the Mountain West this year again.
Your Broncos are favored by 15.5 coming into this particular matchup. Big J says he likes the Broncos to cover. I'm guessing you like the over if you think it's going to be almost 80 points scored in that game.
Mark it down, dude.
All right, I am. I'm writing it down. It did not go well for you last week. Let's see how it goes for you this week, Big J. We now know what the next live-action Disney movie is going to be. If you have been asleep at the wheel over the last couple of years, Disney has been cashing in multiple times over on some of their IP by creating successful animation movies and then making live-action / animation versions of the same movies, not changing much of anything and still making billions of dollars doing what they do. And we now know what their next one is going to be. We are going to see
Steamboat Willie.
No.
Oh.
We are going to see a live-action Tangled adaptation, Big J. Looks like Scarlett Johansson is going to play the villain in this particular movie, Mother Gothel. Michael Gacy is attached to direct, who directed Better Man. I don't know what that is.
Better Man.
But it's also written by the screenwriter of I Know What You Did Last Summer, which was not exactly the best movie.
The original?
No, the new one.
Oh.
But it is based on the 2010 animated film. Disney did pause the project in April because Snow White did so poorly. But then Lilo and Stitch came out, and they're like, all right, so people still like this. We just got to figure out what properties we want to do.
Just make sure we find the whitest person we can to play the role, and we'll be all right.
But also, I mean, Snow White is really the first one they did outside of The Lion King that I would considered to be like what is considered to be a classic film. Like it's the first animated one they ever did. It's very close to the heart of people. Lion King, I think, is too recent for people to throw that much of a fit. But like you think of like Jungle Book, that's not like considered upper echelon of Disney films. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so when they did the live action version of that, and that was a success, they're like, why not? Lilo and Stitch is the same thing. Not exactly a huge Disney movie, but it's got an audience and people liked it and enjoyed it, and it's for kids. Tangled, I don't remember much about other than I think it's like the Disney Rapunzel kind of story, if you will. But we will see how it does when it comes to the big screen. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your 7 o'clock important stuff. We are going to go to hell, and it's going to happen next on the X Rocks.
And we're going to hell.
Oh, you know they're both going to hell, right?
The morning after with Nick and Big J on 100.3 The X Rocks.
Headed to the road for today's We're Going to Hell story, Big J.
Okay.
We're talking about a truck driver.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Somebody that makes his living delivering goods to the good people of the United States of America.
18 wheels of steel, baby.
His only love, asphalt and concrete, Big J.
6.4 on the Richter scale.
Just rolling down that highway, doing what he does and has for the last 8 years of his life. You understand?
Jack Burton.
The check is in the mail.
What does this guy do now? What does
So,
this guy do?
I'm sure maybe you're aware, maybe you're not, but, living your life on the road and going from point A to point B and kind of being inside of your truck and living out of there can sometimes lead to not exactly the best living habits. You understand? A
Yeah.
lot of the times you're eating on the road as you're doing your thing. So maybe, just maybe, truck drivers don't have the best diets, right?
Yeah, but there are a lot of them that are into fitness these days.
Hell yeah. Listen, there's a lot of everybody that's into fitness.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to put anybody into any kind of
Okay.
container.
Don't-
I'm just saying you can understand a scenario where a dude would be eating on the road as he's going down the interstate, right?
Yes.
And every once in a while, dude, a craving will hit you. You talked a little bit about it, man. You put a sugar cookie in front of you and you're in trouble, right?
Yeah, or a damn maple donut.
And so sometimes people have these cravings. And this gentleman, Nathan Rivington, has driving a truck, and he's like, God, man, I have got a hankering for some gummy bears, like some gummy candies. Give me something.
God damn it.
And so what's the matter?
I'll eat a whole bag of those, too. That's another thing I'm not supposed to be around.
You're going to want to listen up.
Okay.
And so he grabbed a couple of packages from a truck stop that he stopped in, specifically Haribo Cola Jelly Gummies, okay? So they taste like cherry Coke, right?
Oh, yeah.
So he, driving down the highway, murders 1 bag. He kills 2 bags. He kills 3 bags. He kills 4 bags.
Oh, dude, you're going to get sick.
All of a sudden, he's
die.
like, God, man, my stomach is bleeping killing me. And he tries to tough it out for a couple of miles, and he finally realizes this is like the worst stomach pain I've ever had. I need to go into the emergency room. So he's taken in there with severe abdominal pain. He's sweating like a pig. He's got high blood pressure. He's in a cold sweat. That's not good, right?
No.
So initially, they're like, man, did this guy get like food poisoning from these jelly candies? What the hell? And so they start doing a bunch of tests on him, and they reveal, Big J, that because he ate so many of these gummy candies in such a short amount of time, he had unusually high levels of gelatin in his digestive tract. And after performing even more several tests, he was diagnosed with something called acute diverculitis. Now, if you don't know what that is, that's a condition where small protrusions form in the colon wall that can cause an infection or an inflammation. And if you ingest a lot of gelatin, that's difficult for your body to break down, right? And
Yes.
that's what makes these gummy candies gummy candy. And so if you have this situation, it will increase intestinal obstruction, and then you get the fever, chills, vomiting may also occur. It's just bad news. Basically, the most common symptom of this is severe abdominal pain in the lower left abdomen, and that's kind of what this guy was struggling with. And so, basically, he had to get a bunch of stuff done. He went through a bunch of days of bloody and mucus-filled stools, Big J.
Oh, God.
And all because he ate a bunch of gummy candies, too many in a row.
Too many. I mean, that was bags.
Yes.
Well, how do you get that many?
Well,
You have a whole case with them?
He said he bought like 10 bags. Turns out, Big J,
mistake.
he ate almost 3 pounds of this stuff driving down the highway.
Well, they're so small, and they're just delicious and chewy. And
Exactly what Nathan was thinking, probably. Next thing you know, that kid's pooping blood.
oh, God.
Not great.
Nope.
I'll go on the record. Not great. And so in Mr. Remington's case, doctors immediately were able to figure it out. They got him on the right course of events. He had to stay in a hospital for 3 days. He made a full recovery, but he does say, Big J, believe it or not, this may have cured him of his love of gummy candies. He's not going to have any for a very, very long time. So a word of warning. Let's be careful how many you eat in one sitting, dude.
Yeah. I concur with this.
Gotta be careful. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your We're Going to Hell story. It is the X Rocks. With a backwards R, Big J. Yeah! Falling away from me here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. I cannot tell, Big J, if you were going to find this creepy or be really jealous.
Okay.
So I'm very interested to get your take on this situation. I'm guessing it might be, quite frankly, a little bit of both.
Okay.
But if you haven't seen, there is a man in Texas named James Robertson Rivas who has gone viral over the last couple of days.
Is he caught in the rain?
Yeah, he is. But I hope not, considering how much money he spent on this particular thing. But he has gone viral because he had commissioned and purchased a life-size silicone doll of actor Henry Cavill. And he is giving it a full-blown personality online. Now, he is a lifelong collector of celebrity figures, but this is his first hyper-realistic, life-size doll of an actor, and he chose Henry Cavill.
I didn't know they made those for regular, or is this a sex thing?
Well, I don't know, because
I thought they only did that with sex dolls.
He had it custom-made.
Oh, okay. Ooh, that is creepy.
The silicone doll is, in fact, anatomically correct, Big J, although I don't know how realistic it is. How could you possibly tell, right?
You ask, I guess.
You think he'd answer?
You never know.
And so now he has launched an Instagram account, and it is called My Cavill Companion. And what he is doing is he is using AI to share the doll's, quote, daily adventures, like making breakfast, wearing Superman pajamas, walking around in his underwear, bringing him a birthday cake. He's using this life-size silicone doll of Henry Cavill to kind of have like a roommate situation with himself.
Oh my God, it is so realistic looking.
I thought you'd get a kick out of this. But he emphasizes this is just a fan tribute. Nothing weird. Although, just from my kind of, again, on the outside looking in, it feels pretty weird, right, Big J?
It feels pretty weird, and it feels to me like this kind of goes against the name, image, and likeness copyrights. I mean, that looks just like Henry Cavill.
Well, he's being very upfront about it being AI crafted and that it's not real, so I think he saves himself from that. He's not pretending to be Henry Cavill in any way. He is merely doing things alongside Henry Cavill. The doll was crafted by Stephen Davies, Big J. If you care, Stephen Davies is not a sex doll creator.
Oh.
He is a Hollywood kind of special effects curator. It apparently took him over 350 hours to complete, and it cost somewhere between $7,000 and $12,000 to produce this. So I imagine James is probably just trying to go viral on Instagram to get some of that cash back. You know what I'm saying?
And he is, thanks to you.
He says that the project is about celebrating the fandom that he has for Henry Cavill, and he doesn't see any harm in using it because he is using AI, but he's not trying to deceive or con anybody out of any kind of money. He's just trying to have a good time and get people involved in his Henry Cavill life-size, not a sex doll. But it is crazy realistic. Agree or disagree?
Yes, it is.
So, creepy or jealous?
I'm going to follow.
All right, sounds like he's jealous. I thought
Just pictures of them hugging each other.
I thought you might
That's
get
hilarious.
a kick out of this.
Yeah.
So it is now a thing. He chose Henry Cavill because he's a huge fan of him, much like you are, Big J. And so if you are interested in following along with Big J, My Cavill Companion is the name of the Instagram address that you can check out.
I wonder how Henry Cavill feels about this.
I don't know.
They have to deal, famous people. I mean, they deal with a lot of stuff, right? They already kind of prepared to do, but this seems like it's another level.
Hypothetical. Somebody creates a Big J life-size doll and does some of these same things. How would you feel?
It's going to take 600 hours.
Yes, more materials,
and
sure.
Much more materials. I guess it all depends on what they're doing with it.
They're doing what you're seeing right now in some of these videos.
And hey, just make sure and tag me in it all, okay?
So you want some of the credit.
I don't want credit. I just, I want to be part of it. Lend my voice.
Oh, sure. Listen, again, this feels like you're all on
I'm
board.
I'm a low tier local celebrity.
But what if it was anatomically correct, Big J, and you don't know what happens when that camera goes off?
It's not my problem.
Okay.
I don't care.
All right.
It's like, do what.
So you are cool if a fan creates a Big J life-size silicone doll that they would or would not maybe have relations with. All right.
Sure. Why not?
You have your mission, ex-listeners. Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Do your worst.
Coming up in a few minutes, some important stuff as well as your pop culture smackdown. It's the X-Rocks.
Important stuff. On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff brought to you by Metztli Sports Bar and Taqueria.
Yum.
Be Our Guest is happening in a little less than an hour at xrock.com. You can jump on there, click the Be Our Guest tab, and grab $50 to Metztli for just $25. Beginning at 9 at xrock.com. Passionate about bringing modern Mexican food to the Treasure Valley. Couple locations to choose from. Chinden and Linder, and then Eagle and Amity. They are the place to enjoy some incredible dining as well as some great live sports and happy hour 2 to 6 every single day of the week with some great specials. We're about to learn a little bit more about them. They're going to pop in here a little bit after 9 o'clock and learn a little bit about the business themselves, but we encourage you to be our guest at Metztli Sports Bar. Grab $50 for just $25 at xrock.com in about 52 minutes. So jump on there and take advantage of it, won't you please? Big J.
Yeah.
It is interesting how we react to getting sick, depending on how old we are, specifically when it comes to emphasizing self-care and working on getting better and maybe taking a sick day. Probably not surprising to find out that the younger you are, the more likely you are to emphasize self-care and try to recover and take a sick day than the older you are. You understand?
Sure.
They found out about 55% of people age 18 to 28 say, listen, if I'm not feeling well, I'm not coming into work. Once you kind of go up in age range, that the number decreases significantly. Basically, you're down to about, 18% once you hit Gen X. So that's our side of things. And then you're down to about 10% once you hit the boomer age. So people just, I don't know if it was built into us differently or we have always been that way, but it's just like the older that you get, the less likely you are to emphasize getting better and just going into work and trying to quote-unquote power through it. But as we've discovered, that's not the best course of action, but that doesn't mean we don't do it.
Right.
And so it becomes interesting. The one poll research also found that on average, Big J, people in America take about anywhere from 4 to 5 sick days all the way through, but obviously that number is larger the younger you get as well. So coming into work when you don't feel well, probably not a great idea, but we are programmed at this point, I think is what it really boils down to, right?
I am programmed.
Yeah, it is tough to
I must work.
Detach from that programming and actually take a sick day and try to feel better. So that sucks. Homecoming tomorrow on the Blue for your Boise State Broncos against the New Mexico Lobos. It's going to be a big game, 7:45 kickoff. Big J, what is your final score prediction?
Yeah, 58-24, I think is what it was.
In favor of the Broncos. Yeah. So there are, I believe that is sold out, so you can't grab tickets, but you can watch it on FS1 if you'd like to. Could the Pro Bowl be finally done, Big J? The NFL's annual showcase of top talent has gone from being kind of competitive game played after a Super Bowl to a series of skills competitions and flag football game before the big game. The event has been held the week before the Super Bowl in recent years, and the league usually announces that before the season begins, but there has been no announcement yet this year what's going on with the Pro Bowl or any of the league's schedule.
They probably don't know.
ESPN, who usually has the rights, has already scheduled a Stadium Series showdown between the Boston Bruins and Tampa Bay Lightning in the window where the Pro Bowl would usually be broadcast on February 1st. So is it going away? What do you think?
I mean, I don't know. I think they make too much money on it.
Who does, though?
The NFL.
But it's not, from an audience standpoint, there's always half a stadium filled there.
Yeah, that doesn't matter.
But the ratings are always fairly good, but ESPN has the rights to it, and they've already planned something for what that day usually would be. So, and to be fair, the NHL Stadium Series has been a huge ratings hit for anybody that does it. This is where the NHL takes their game outside. Usually it's in a football stadium atmosphere, and it's a gigantic big deal. So maybe this is it. I mean, listen, I don't care. It's probably should have been gone 5 years ago, 10 years ago, probably. But it is certainly something that is interesting if that's the case, that the Pro Bowl is completely gone. Be the first major sport not to have that kind of a showcase, if you will. Because baseball still has one. Hockey still has one, although hockey is the best one of the bunch. There's no doubt about it. I would still say even as bad as the Pro Bowl has become, it's not as bad as the NBA All-Star break. That's in the middle of the season. That's even more insane.
Yeah,
So,
maybe they're like, let's quit before we get to that point.
We will see. It also could be, as they try to lean into Olympic flag football, maybe they're like, we'll see how this goes. I don't know. I must have missed something, Big J. Is there an Ocean's 11 resurgence that I'm not aware of?
Yes, there is.
Tell me about it, please.
I just know there's talk of a prequel now.
Right. I mean, yesterday we told you about how there's going to be another Ocean's movie, Ocean's 14, with the original crew, or as much that's still alive, coming back together. And so that's interesting. But yeah, now today there's news of Bradley Cooper starring with Margot Robbie in an Ocean's 11 prequel. The director of Twisters is going to direct it. Jay Roach, former guest of the Morning After, Big J, was formally signed on to helm the project. So obviously they're going for a comedy side of things. And apparently this film takes place in 60s Europe long before the 2001 heist comedy starring George Clooney took place. So a prequel in what way? Maybe this Bradley Cooper plays George Clooney's dad or something? I don't know.
Yeah, no kidding.
But it is weird that they're going back to this well not once but twice fairly soon. And they got some big names to sign on. It must be a pretty decent script. I don't know. So we will see. Apparently, whether you like it or not, you're going back to the Ocean's verse very, very quickly and a couple times over. Morning After with Nick and Big J, we have your Pop Culture Smackdown. It's going to happen next on the X Rocks.
Here's traffic.
Pop Culture Smackdown. On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
We got a really cool Morning After prize package here for you as well. Got your Saturday planned as our friend Dino McCord, who's the lead singer for Red Voodoo Band, is going to be out at the Brady Speedway for Rock the Raceway in the afternoon. We'll get you set up with VIP tickets to that. And then Hell's Bells later the evening at the Knitting Factory. A full day of rock and roll, baby. So, get this. You just got to beat me in Pop Culture Smackdown.
We got your Saturday covered. All you need to do is make sure you can swing by and pick up these tickets today before we close down shop. But if it's on your schedule, now's the time to call and take on Big J. 208-287-1003. Of course, it will be fun, but you are going to have to know some things about the Achilles heel of the Treasure Valley, Big J.
Anything.
YouTube at some point. All right, fine. You don't have to play. Hello, the X.
Hey,
What's up, man? What's your name?
I'm Robbie.
All right, Robbie, you're up first. Robbie, Brett Favre played for 3 NFL teams in his career. All you need to do is name 2 of them.
Well, he played for the Packers.
Yes?
Right.
Good job.
He also played for the Vikings.
Right.
That is correct. The other team, the New York Jets, for 2 seasons. Big J, what Academy Award nominated actor played terrible film director Ed Wood in a movie by that same name? Bill Murray's in it. Sarah Jessica Parker's in it.
Yeah. I never watched it because I'm a loser and I don't watch stuff like that. But an Academy Award winning
Academy Award nominated actor. He has not won an Oscar, but he was nominated for this as well as other movies too. Several times.
Let's go with Ethan Hawke.
No. Wrong. Kind of along the same line, same age, if you will. If I told you the director, you'd probably get it. The movie was directed by Tim Burton.
Johnny Depp.
Yep.
Right.
He hasn't won an Oscar, huh?
No,
Okay.
nominated for this one and a Pirates of the Caribbean movie,
Yeah.
if you can believe it, but didn't win.
Listen, bested here.
Congratulations there, Robbie. Hang on 1 second. We'll hook you up with those tickets to go check out Rock at the Raceway VIP style and some Hell's Bells as well. Today's Edward's birthday. That's why that question
Oh,
popped up.
happy birthday, Edward.
He's long dead. Morning
May you rest
After
in peace.
with Nick and Big J. There's your Pop Culture Smackdown. We are going to talk Comedy Lounge. Great comedian in town tonight, Dr. Brady Smith. Going to call into the show next on the X Rocks. With Nick and Big J. Very excited to have a special guest on the phone because tonight at the Comedy Lounge is a wonderful comedian. Dr. Brady Smith is going to be there this evening, 7 p.m. show. It's going to be awesome. He joins us on the phone. Good morning, Doctor. How are you?
Oh, I'm delighted to be here. Thank you. I'm excited. I'm having a good day, and I'm excited to hang out in Boise tonight.
Because it's rare that we have a doctor on the show. So thank you for clearing your schedule and being on. That's pretty important.
Let's use that term judiciously. I know that's a polarizing term for some people when it comes to dentists.
Yeah, beforehand, we made you wait for a good 10 minutes just because.
Oh, I deserve it. It's karma in life, right? whenever I'm made to wait for anything, I do feel like, well, I deserve it.
Brady, you've been doing comedy for a while. How does one decide to make the transition from dentistry to comedy, or is it organic?
Oh, that's a good question. I've been a slave to attention for my whole life. I think it goes back to my parents. I'm one of 8 kids. I think it's their fault for not paying enough attention to me when I was younger, and I just need the attention from other people. And so dentistry just wasn't doing it for me. I need to get on a stage with a microphone and have everyone look at me.
I would imagine that it would be also much easier for you to, to work on new material. You have a captive audience sometimes. They can't go anywhere, and you can just, go to town on some jokes, right?
Yeah, I think it kind of, here's the thing, like in my dental office, I was always like, I'm pretty funny. People kind of like my jokes, but then I realized, they're all on laughing gas. That might be, I might be cheating a little bit. So I asked the Comedy Lounge if they can put nitrous oxide tanks underneath everyone's chair. So I don't know. They didn't get back to me on that. I think they will. I'm not sure, but it would be really helpful if everyone's on laughing gas. That makes the night a lot more fun.
Be careful, Brady. You might have a packed house tonight if you make promises like that.
Listen, I submitted the request. That's all I can say. It's out of my control, but the request has been submitted. I don't know if they can accommodate such a wild, outlandish request, but it would help.
Dr. Brady Smith joins us tonight at the Comedy Lounge, loungeboise.com for tickets if you'd like to grab some. I imagine your practice, sir, makes it difficult for you to tour all over the country, so this must be a special stop, or are you able to go on the road a lot?
I do go on the road, usually a couple times a month. I only work as a dentist 2 days a week. I do that so I can run around and tell jokes all over the country. But we are touring all over the place. But this is a special stop in Boise. I love Boise. I have a lot of friends in Boise, family in Boise. So also, dude, Idaho's just cool. Idaho's just super cool, right?
Yeah.
Well, am I convincing you? That sounds like you're not.
I mean, we live here, so sometimes it's not that cool, but there are times when, it can be, for sure.
All right, because you're just like, no, it's totally cool, totally cool. I'm from Spokane, Washington, and so I've bordered Idaho my whole life, and so I've always even when I lived in Spokane, we'd always go to Coeur d'Alene to do fun stuff.
Yeah.
And I just like Idaho,
Well, we have a friend, I guess, not somebody. I mean, a friendly rivalry with Spokane. There's sort of similar, demographics for the most part. We often refer to Spokane as Spokompton. So
yes, thank you. It's often been referred to me as the meth capital of the world. And I realized everyone thinks everyone. They think they're the meth capital of the world. I was actually in college and I overheard someone saying I'm from the meth capital of the world. And I was like, oh, Spokane? I interrupted. I was like, Spokane? And he goes, no, Pocatello. And I was like, dude, Pocatello isn't even the meth capital of Idaho. Get a life, dude. Get a life. We're number one. Get out of here.
Does that help the dentist business, though?
Oh, yeah.
Good.
Is booming, dude. We're doing great. Listen, don't worry about me. I'm doing fine.
We are very excited to see you tonight, Dr. Brady Smith, this evening at the Comedy Lounge, loungeboise.com for tickets. Travel safe, sir. We will see you this evening. Thank you for clearing some time out of your schedule. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Much appreciated over here as well.
Morning After with Nick and Big J here on 100.3 The X Rocks. It is Friday. We have been talking about it all week. If you head over to xrock.com right now, you click the Be Our Guest tab, and you can grab yourself $50 worth of Metztli Sports Bar and Great Taqueria for just $25. And it's an honor and privilege to sit down with Oradon, who joins us in studio to talk about all things Metztli. Good morning. How are you?
Good, thank you.
Thank you for getting up early and talking about this really cool place. You guys have 2 different locations now here in the Treasure Valley, and you focus on some wonderful and amazing authentic Mexican food. Where does the passion for that kind of a menu come from?
So it comes from a family menu. They are very united, and they have crafted this amazing birria taco where people love to come in and enjoy it.
It's one of those menu items that's become very popular here in the last couple of years. But, I mean, it's been around for a long time. But, I mean, taking advantage of that, it's hard to come across anywhere in social media as somebody not enjoying the birria tacos.
Oh, we have many, many plates. The menu is actually a monster. I say it to every customer that comes into the store. So we have cocktails that are delicious. We are very popular for the dishes mostly.
Absolutely. Of course, there's a great sports bar atmosphere as well. So if you love to watch sporting events, you can pick some up there. Kids are going to eat free on Mondays, which is pretty awesome as well if you've got the family to take advantage. But you want to make it a really cool kind of casual atmosphere. And there's lots of cool things about it. But you also have happy hour specials every single day, right?
Every day. Every day. That would be our draft beers, well shots, and then we also have specials on our mixed drinks.
Beautiful. And you can take advantage of that 2 to 6 p.m. all week long if you want to take advantage of it. We recommend that you do. 2 locations, one at Chinden and Linder, the other at Eagle and Amity. And of course, the world is growing. Is there a possibility that you could expand even more? Or are you concentrating on what you have right now?
There is some little stir in the makes, and we are looking into it.
It's really awesome. We've had a chance to be out at the Amity and Eagle location right as you guys opened that up because it's kind of like a brand new center that was happening in that area, and it's beautiful. And, a commitment to the staff as well who do a really good job putting together all this stuff. I imagine you got some great people working with you.
Oh, yes. We have a good staff right now. We struggled a little bit in the beginning, but staff is amazing right now.
So what's your favorite go-to on the menu?
Oh, it depends on the day. It's those flavors. The flavors are what changes the day. So there's some people that come in and they enjoy, some tacos, but then they come in and they'll try like a pollo a la crema, which is a chicken and cream sauce, or our molcajete, which is a big dish that has like melted cheese and some carne asada in there with chicken and chorizo and sometimes with shrimp.
It's just fun to get that one because the bowl and it's like just on fire and sizzling. It's great.
Yep.
There's a lot of great options for you if you're in the mood for some delicious food. There's some great cocktails and wonderful beer specials as well. And it is, as we've mentioned, a wonderful place for the entire family. But if you want to just catch a game and grab a beer, I'm sure you're not angry about that either,
Oh,
right?
no. We have a lot of people that just stop in right before they have to go pick up the kids from school, and they have their beer, watch the game or whatever, and then they head on.
Awesome. So we want you to be our guest to Metztli Mexican Taqueria and a great, wonderful sports bar as well. You can grab it right now at the Be Our Guest link at xrock.com. And Ordon, if people want to find you guys on social media, what's the best place to do that?
So we have an Instagram that he really blows up, and it's Metztli, METZTLI_Taqueria.
Beautiful. And you can see, I've seen some of the great photographs of the dishes and the great venues, so it's a wonderful place. So follow them as well and keep an eye out for it. And maybe you found your new place to go grab yourself some dinner. And thank you for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it too.
So far, I'm not impressed.
On the morning after with Nick and Big J.
Yeah, we got a hell of a morning after prize package here to hook you up with for this weekend. Saturday in particular, you're going to have yourself a great time because we're going to hook you up with VIP tickets to Rock the Raceway, which is happening out there at Meridian Speedway with Cascade Premier Events and our buddy Dino, who is the lead singer for Red Voodoo Band. Very cool. And then that evening at the Knit is Hell's Bells. So, man, rock and roll up the wazoo tomorrow for you. You can figure out Bad Impressions.
Got to be able to swing by today and pick up these tickets. That is the caveat. But if that fits in your schedule, then you need to get on the horn and play a little game with us called Bad Impressions. 208-287-1003. Bad Impressions work like this, an opportunity for you to get 3 clues from Big J. Each of them points you in the direction of somebody pretty famous.
Very famous. Nick.
So if you can figure out who that person is in 3 clues or less, congratulations, it's you grabbing this prize package. Maybe feel a little bit better about yourself on a Friday, and that doesn't suck either. Hello, the X.
Hello.
Hi, who's this?
This is Josh.
All right, Josh, you're up first, man. Good luck.
Josh, here we go. If you ever heard the term in regards to hairstyle, the Rachel, that was based on my friend's character.
Jennifer Aniston.
Yes.
One and done, Josh. That's all you need. Hang on one second, brother. We'll hook you up with that great prize package on Saturday for Rock the Raceway and Hell's Bells. What were clues 2 and 3?
I love doing comedy movies like Horrible Bosses and We're the Millers. And currently you can see me starring in The Morning Show on Apple TV+.
This is the only morning show I recognize. But why is Jennifer Aniston in the news?
Listen, you know what? Famous people really, I think, you don't know them. And I find this is something that just people, we only see clips of things that people want us to see. Sometimes we don't know them as individuals. So there's a lot of judging of celebrities that goes on. Jennifer Aniston, she's tired of critics saying she put her career before starting a family. She was doing some promo over in the UK, and she was asked a question, and she said about her health. They didn't know my story and what I've been going through over the past 20 years to try to pursue a family because I don't go out there and tell my medical woes. And so it was very, for a while, it was very, well known that her and Brad Pitt were trying to do in vitro IFV.
Yes.
To have children. It just wasn't working. And, so she was taking a lot of flack for that. I'm like, what a terrible thing to judge somebody. What does it have to do with them being an actress?
It doesn't. It's especially bad with female actors and actresses. We feel like we have the ability or the permission to ask them about terrible things like that, and it's okay when it's not. God is my witness. I've never heard anybody ask her, but I'm sure she's faced that question much more than I would ever know from the outside.
Not even asking, just making that assumption about them and saying that and writing that in articles and stuff. And it's like, God, man, it's awful. And people believe all this stuff that they read. It's a tough gig sometimes. But she's like, hey, man, I'm not going to put out all my medical stuff out there for everybody to see. So
that's certainly her prerogative.
Yeah.
It's not like you when you're asked about a baby, you're like, I don't want children, I hate kids.
Yeah.
None of that
and then
stuff.
I adopted two. What an idiot.
But I'm still holding out for little Big J Jr. So
it's not happening.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your bad impressions. We'll wrap up the show here next on the X. That is the latest from Scott Stapp. That is Dead Man's Trigger. Wrapping up the Morning After with Nick and Big J for this Friday and for this week as well. Thank you all for joining us. It was a busy day today, man.
Yeah.
Thank you to Dr. Brady Smith for calling in. You're going to be at Comedy Lounge tonight. Grab your tickets at loungeboise.com. Very funny dentist/comedian. You don't find a lot of those out there. Special thank you to the good people over at Metztli for popping by and talking about Be Our Guest. That deal is live currently at xrock.com. You can grab yourself $50 worth of it for some great Mexican food for just $25. So take advantage of that, please, and thank you. And, of course, we also gave away a bunch of tickets for this weekend's great concerts that are hitting the Treasure Valley. So it was a busy day, but that does leave you the floor, Big J.
Yeah, Nick, the good song from Slipknot called Duality. Mm-hmm. The video for that song, they're in a house and they destroy the house, Nick. It's a house in Des Moines. It is now up for sale because it's up for auction, actually, because, the house is a wreck.
It's like left in the condition they left it in?
Yeah. So I guess it's finally, people are like, we're done paying for this. Let's auction this off. See if we can get some money because it's Slipknot.
What's the starting price?
$336.
That's a lot of money for a house that's trashed, right?
Yeah. It's a pretty big house, though. But.
I mean, is it still in the condition that it was in 20-plus years ago?
I can't be. It can't
that's
be.
what I mean. Like, what are you paying for?
There's some dumb rich Slipknot fan. It's like, I got to buy that.
I don't know if there's a lot of them, though. I mean, there might be rich Slipknot fans and dumb Slipknot fans, but dumb
what
and
I'm
rich?
saying is, if there's a band locally that wants to use your house to film a video in it, do it.
Yeah.
They might get super famous.
Well, let's see what this goes for first. Okay. You never know. It could backfire for them as well. But, yeah, I mean, you also have to, kind of hedge your bets. Like, is this band going to make it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it depends. If it's a flash-in-the-pan local band that trashes your house, then you just have a trashed house. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. That is it for us. You guys have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you next week. Jason Drew's up next. It's the X Rock.